Boy, I'm getting ready to make me a great salad for dinner. Got some organic baby spinach. Love spinach. Got some yellow tomatoes. Some red tomatoes. Oh, isn't that pretty? Got some mixed vegetables, carrots, broccoli, peppers. Throw all that in there. Oh, this is going to be so good. It's just going to be... What the... Ah! I'm out of salad dressing.
No worries. We can make our own. In a pinch. The Vinaigrette edition. Let's get started.
Okay, so the basics to any vinaigrette salad dressing, there's a very magic ratio that you need to use, and it's 3-to-1. So if you remember that, 3-to-1, then you can pretty much make just about any type of vinaigrette that you like. So to make the very basic vinaigrette, you just need an oil and a vinegar. There's canola oil, any brand, and an olive oil, again, any brand. These are the two basic types of oils. Maybe you have a toasted sesame oil in yours. You can use a toasted sesame oil, but I wouldn't use it by itself. I would combine it with either the olive oil or the canola oil, because it's very strong and it's also very expensive. You might even have a hot chili oil in your cabinet. Now this is a combination oil. This already has sesame oil and canola oil as well as a hot chili oil in it. Again, I wouldn't use this all by itself. I would dilute it with either some olive oil or additional canola oil. So these are some typical oils that you may have. Any type of oil that you have works fine. Maybe you have a walnut oil or some other type of nut oil. Whatever oil you have will work for a simple vinaigrette. So let's talk about the vinegars. Typically a salad dressing is named after whatever vinegar is in the dressing. We have apple cider vinegar, which is very common. Balsamic vinegar, which is becoming more and more common in typical pantries. A red wine vinegar, very common. White wine vinegar, and even a rice vinegar. I don't have a white distilled vinegar just because I don't like to use it. It's a very harsh, very pungent vinegar, not very flavorful. But if that's what you have, it will work. So you can use any of these, or you can use a plain white distilled vinegar. Whatever you have in your cabinet will work for this. Now this is where your variety comes in. You got your oils, you got your vinegars. That is really all you need to do a basic vinaigrette. But let's say you want to add a little more flavor in there, a little pizzazz. Got some fresh rosemary, minced garlic, diced onion, fresh oregano, dried thyme, lime, sun-dried tomatoes, red pepper flakes, Dijon mustard, honey, dried tarragon, and maybe you even have some cranberry mustard in your fridge. You just never know. You have to go in there and pull out and see what you got. But any of these flavorings in whatever combination works for you and your flavor profile will make a fabulous vinaigrette. So let's get to it. Let's make a couple different varieties and show you the 3 methods for mixing a vinaigrette. There are 3 basic ways to mix a vinaigrette. The simplest and most basic is with a whisk and a bowl. If you have an immersion blender, which is what this is right here, you can use this or a stand mixer like the ones you use to mix drinks in. And even if you have like the individual mixings like the bullet, you can use that to make a vinaigrette as well. Or you can use a container with a nice tight fitting lid and use the shaker method. But any of these methods will work for making a fabulous vinaigrette. Let's start off with the basic way to mix a vinaigrette, which is with a whisk and a bowl. And we're going to make a very simple vinaigrette to start off with. So we got the canola oil, and our ratio is 3-to-1, 3 parts oil to 1 part vinegar. So we're going to use 3 tablespoons of canola oil. And for this one, we're going to use the white wine vinegar. So we'll use 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar. Now, that's all you need for a very basic, simple vinaigrette. A canola oil, and the white wine vinegar. So you're just going to whisk that up. It won't take long at all. A couple seconds. And you already see it start to thicken up and emulsify. And there you are. Now you do need to season your vinaigrette, so you want to add in a little salt and a little pepper. What you're looking for with any vinaigrette is balance. You don't want it to be too bitter, you don't want it to be too oily. So sometimes, even though the typical ratio is 3 to 1, everyone has different tastes, so you have to adjust it according to what you prefer. But this is good. This is really simple. Really simple. It's great. It's a Tarragon mustard vinaigrette. Let's taste it. This is great. I would add maybe just a touch more mustard. Just my preferences. That's all. Yeah, that's good. Give it a little whisk. Perfect. There you are. It's a simple Tarragon mustard vinaigrette. Our next method is going to use an emulsion blender. Which is this right here. So we're going to put everything into here. And because we're using an emulsion blender, we're going to make a little bit more vinaigrette so it's just a little easier to mix using the blender. Again, we'll use the canola oil. This time we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do 6 tablespoons of canola oil, and we'll use the red wine vinegar. So 6 tablespoons of canola oil, 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. And again, that's all you would need for a basic vinaigrette. A little salt and pepper, blend this up, you're ready to go. But we're going to add a little extra flavor into it. So we're going to add in our salt. Just a little bit, because you can always add more. A little pepper. Then this time we're going to add in a little onion, a little diced onion. We're going to start off with a teaspoon of diced onion. And we're going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of minced garlic. Get out of there. We're also going to add in just a little bit of fresh rosemary. Now, using the fresh ingredients or ingredients that are larger in size, you don't necessarily have to chop them up with this blender method. Since we're using the emulsion blender, it'll chop it up for you. So we're going to throw that right in there. And then we're going to go over to the immersion blender. We got our ingredients in here. We have our immersion blender. It's all plugged up. Want to start, since you don't have that much, we can set it up on the highest setting. We're going to stick it right in there. It doesn't have to go all the way to the bottom. Actually, you don't want it to sit on the bottom. You want it to kind of be a little bit above the bottom. That's why this cup is designed this way. And we're going to go ahead and blend it up. This is our finished product. This is our red wine vinaigrette with a little bit of onion, garlic, and rosemary. Again, you have to taste it so you can adjust the seasonings. It's actually kind of spot on. I would add maybe just a hint of pepper. And there you go. That's the immersion blender method. And this is a red wine vinaigrette. Go right into our shaker method. So all you need is some type of container with a nice tight fitting lid. This is a ball jar. It's actually a freezer jar. So this will work just fine. This time we're going to use olive oil. So for this one we're going to use 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And we're going to do a balsamic. Now actually this is my favorite type of vinaigrette to do. It's very, very simple. 3 tablespoons of olive oil, a tablespoon of balsamic vinaigrette, and I'm pretty much good to go. Add a little salt and pepper in there. Just a little salt. A little pepper.
there you have it. So then you put your lid on nice and tight, and do a little shaking. And there you have it. It's all ready to go. That's a basic olive oil and balsamic vinaigrette. Again, we'll give it a taste. Perfection. This is my go-to favorite. Again, we're going to start off with olive oil. 1, 2, 3. This time we're going to use the Cranberry Honey Mustard, spoons of olive oil, and we're going to use apple cider vinegar for this one. So we'll use 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And then we're going to use the cranberry honey mustard. I'm going to use a teaspoon of the cranberry honey mustard. Get that in there. Yeah, get it all. Get it all in there. Okay. Then we're going to use just a little bit of onion. Let's get this cleaned up. Just a little bit, like a 1/4 teaspoon of onion. Not too much. We don't want it to overpower. And not even an 1/8. Probably just like a little pinch of garlic. Throw that in there. Put our lid on, nice and tight. Give it another shake, shake, shake. Top off. Got a beautiful cranberry honey mustard vinaigrette. Let's give it a taste. Need salt and pepper, of course. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. And I think we're going to add a little more of the cranberry honey mustard. Yeah. Who measures? Just throw something in there. Again, it's all about what you like. Okay, don't want a disaster. Alright, good. And then pop the top off. Got a beautiful cranberry honey mustard vinaigrette. Let's give it a taste. Need salt and pepper, of course. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. And I think we're going to add a little more of the cranberry honey mustard. Who measures? Just throw something in there. Again, it's all about what you like. Okay, don't want a disaster. Take the lid off, or it jumps off by itself, whichever seems to happen. Give it another taste. Ah, there we go. That's perfect. So again, there's another one. That again was olive oil, apple cider vinegar, a little bit of onion and garlic, and the cranberry honey mustard. So there you had it. We made a few quick, simple vinaigrettes made from things that you hopefully have already in your cabinets or your fridge. And they're quick, they're easy, the possibilities are endless. So the next time that you're making a salad and you find out, oops, I'm out of dressing, hope you remember this video, in a pinch, vinaigrettes, and whip up your own salad dressing. Thanks for watching, and stay beautiful.